Check out these Miro Air Jordan 7 Retros. These are the most desirable of all the Air Jordan 7 Retros that Nike's ever come out with. The second most valuable pair is the Bin 23 model. Now 2015 is definitely the year of the 7. We've already seen the French Blues, the Marvin the Martians are about to come out, also the Hair Jordans, also the Bordeaux, a crazy pair inspired by a sweater that Michael wore more than 20 years ago is coming out. It's definitely the year of the 7, and Nike's cranking them out. So don't be surprised if we see other 7s too. Maybe even a Dorenbecker 7. There's a Dorenbecker 1 through 10, and they've skipped the 7. Ever since they've been making the Dorenbecker Jordans, they've never had a complete straight of the 1 to the last model. They've always skipped one here or there. So they may play games with us and skip the 7, maybe give us an 11. No one would complain about that. But the 7 is probably top of mind for them because the factories are already making them. These shoes came out in 2008, coinciding with the Beijing Olympics. And these shoes pay tribute to Joan Miro, a Spanish artist. Now remember, back in 1992, Michael Jordan wore Air Jordan 7s in Barcelona for the Dream Team when they won the gold medal. Actually, check out the heel on this shoe right here, and you can see that number 9 right there. Of course, that was Michael's Olympic number, but you'll also recognize this right here from the Olympic edition of the Air Jordan 7s that he wore in the games. So basically, Nike was saying, okay, Mike wore the 7s in Barcelona. Let's go to Spain. Let's collaborate with the most famous Spanish artist, boom, Joan Miro. These shoes were inspired by a famous sculpture in Barcelona. It's known as the Woman and the Bird, and it's like a giant sculpture that is very futuristic, contemporary, and it kind of looks like these shoes. Anyway, let's get into it and have a look at these beautiful shoes. I love the way the suede and the leather on the upper come together. It just looks so beautiful, especially with all of these bright colors and of course the gold accents. You've got the gold Jumpman, the lace tips are gold. Gotta have the gold accents for a gold medal inspired shoe, right? But you'll notice when you're looking at the uppers that there's various country flags on these shoes. Like here's Brazil and over here is Germany. That's very, very cool. And I did a little bit of research and check this out. This is just crazy. So this right here is the road to the gold medal for the 1992 Dream Team. And you can see the various teams that they beat, the point differential, but you can also see the various flags of each country. Now check this out, it's like mind-blowing. On the back of these extra laces right here, you've got the various countries. It's also on the outsole of the shoe, and it's on the upper of the shoe. So Nike took the various flags and mixed them up all over these 7s to create the shoe that Michael wore when he beat all of these different teams. Now the extra laces are a really nice touch. Of course, those extra laces are also inspired by the Olympic rings, as are the laces that are on the shoes. I mean, when do you ever get 5-tone laces? But those are the laces of the Olympic rings, and it's even on the pull tab back here. Another real nice touch. So when you're looking at the Air Jordan 7, you'll notice that there is no visible air window. And that was such a downgrade because the Air Jordan 3, 4, 5, and 6 all had visible air windows. And back in those days, in the late 80s and the early 90s, it was all about visible Nike Air. And on the running shoes, the air bubble got bigger and bigger and bigger each year. But then here, with the Air Jordan 7, they just took it away from us, and it sucked. One thing that was really cool that they did with this shoe, though, is they put Air Huarache technology in here. That's this neoprene tongue and inner booty. It's very, very comfortable. Tinker Hatfield designed the Air Huarache. He also did the Air Jordan 3 through 15, the 20, the 23, whole bunch of other shoes. But he designed the Huarache while he was actually jet skiing, and he was wearing neoprene booties and a wetsuit, and he was looking at the way the booties gripped his feet, and he thought, wow, I could do this with Nikes. The Air Huarache came out as a runner, as a cross trainer, as a basketball shoe, and then the next year it hit the Air Jordan line, so you've got these Huarache tongues and inner booties. Very, very comfortable feature of this shoe. Man, I love these shoes. It's crazy how valuable they are. They're actually trading for like 2,500 bucks, sometimes even more. Try to rest it on there real nice so you can see them. Beautiful. It scares me with Nike cranking out all of these sevens this year. You know they're looking back at their archives more than ever before, and they're cranking out all of the hits from the past and sometimes revisiting them and doing different things like turning highs into lows or lows into highs. Maybe they'll take Miro and put it on a different Air Jordan, but it makes sense to put it on the 7, right? Because that's the shoe that Michael wore with the Dream Team. But anyway, with them having their factories tuned to crank out all of these 7s, and with them looking back and retroing the $500 Bordeaux's or the $500 Air Jordans, you know that they're shaking their heads and thinking, man, these Miros, these things are like $2,500. We could retro these and sell them out for sure. This shoe only released overseas, so that's part of what makes it so rare and so desirable. I love them. I'm sure you love them. They're beautiful. I always thought that I would keep these shoes forever, get a work of art by Miro, and display them next to one another. But I swear, as Nike keeps retroing everything, it scares me. And as they turn yellow and deteriorate, that scares me too. You can see right there, those icy soles are sort of starting to turn yellow. I got to show you how much I paid for these shoes. It's crazy. I bought them way before the hype. I bought them at Flight Club New York. Look at that. $425. $425. Probably my best deal ever out of Flight Club New York. Anyway, here are these gorgeous Miro 7s. The extra laces inspired by the Olympic rings. And the list of countries that Team USA beat and that are all over the shoes. It's been a pleasure walking you through the Air Jordan 7 Miros.